I'm an alumni of the 2010 Centre for Sustainability Fellowship Program, and I did that up in Sydney, and it was a little while ago now, but I certainly learnt a lot. The fellowship program from the Centre for Sustainable Leadership is a 12-month program, so I completed that, and since coming back to Melbourne after spending the year in Sydney, I have worked in campaigning and advocacy on the issues that I most care about, and I learnt some of those critical skills whilst at the fellowship, and they include, remote employment and helping Aboriginal people in remote Australia. I've worked in healthcare and most recently have joined the Victorian Aboriginal Community Controlled Health Organisation, working in family violence and justice and helping to support Aboriginal communities as they prepare. I probably need some help with this one. To help Aboriginal communities respond to family violence effectively. As a fellow, I learnt a great deal about myself, first and foremost. I learnt to look deeply into what was it that I wanted out of life, what were the skills that I could bring to the work that I want to do, and critically, where were the gaps? And so after coming back, I realised that I needed to re-engage with my studies. I've continued now my tertiary studies. I've learnt a lot about emotional intelligence, how to be a rational contributor to a really vicious debate in climate change. And certainly I was very, very fortunate enough following my time as a fellow to go to the United Nations Climate Change Conference, and there I met with the World Bank about sustainable development on Indigenous lands. I met with governments about how to engage Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander communities in Australia and also Indigenous communities abroad in the climate change debate, and how we can value the knowledge that's been known by Indigenous peoples around the world in the way we continue to respond to climate change in this country. I came tonight 7 years after completing my fellowship and 7 years after being supported by the George Alexander Foundation, because it was an incredibly important contributor to my life story. And I know that I'm not the only one in this room tonight that's shared from the generosity of the foundation. And they all have amazing and incredible stories to tell. They have skills, knowledge and abilities that they want to share with not only the people in this room but the wider community, and I think that I have a part to play in that. So I really look forward to meeting my fellow alum and continuing on as a proud alum of the George Alexander Foundation for years to come.